Howdy, howdy. It's Kirsten. How are you? It's Friday. It is so Friday. Is everybody happy? I know. I am ecstatic that it's Friday. I don't even know why this week. I just am. I just am. Welcome in, you guys. Okay, so I have been having some conversations with people about how their sleep is affecting their insulin resistance. And I thought I'm going to chat about this tonight just a little bit. So, did you even know that your sleep lack of affects your insulin resistance? A lot of people don't even know that. Okay, so if you have no idea who I am, my name is Kirsten Liebelt, and I started turning back around my own insulin resistance when I was in my 40s. And I needed to do that because my dad, thanks for the hearts. Thank you. Thank you. How to eat sugar-free foods. Yeah, okay. Yep, we're going to talk about it. That's it. Yeah, okay. But I turned around my insulin resistance when I was in my 40s, but I did it because my dad died of type 2 diabetes when he was 63. And that's like super young, and it gets younger every year, people. I just turned 59. 63 is like so young. But anyway, and I just didn't know anything about anything. And I did an interview last night. It's pinned to the top of the different pages and stuff. And I just started telling a little bit more of my story that way because it's like I didn't know how to take care of my own body. And I don't know, maybe that's you. Maybe like I never took a supplement. I didn't know how to eat properly or anything like that. I certainly didn't know. Australia in the house. Nice to see you. Very nice. Thanks for joining us. Thank you. Thank you. I certainly did not know that like my sleep was important or anything. Like I just didn't track anything, right? So now that I know these things, I really do like to share. I like to share how I did it. I like to share the tools that I put in my toolbox that I can help other people get into their toolbox and all that good stuff. So let's get into it. So you may not have known that. Oh, and by the way, it's Friday. So I end the episode tonight with I do testimonies from this actual week, like for 7 days. And tonight I have 3 more testimonies on the trio. So it's very exciting. That's what the interview was last night. She lost 25 pounds over the holidays. Stunning interview. You should watch that. Invest in the time to do that. So anyway, all right. So not getting enough sleep or experiencing poor sleep quality can have significant effects on your blood sugar levels. And this is why. Happy Friday, Anna. Good to see you. Good to see you. Sunshine, Anna Sunshine. She always says that to me. You're a sunshine, Anna. Insulin resistance. So lack of sleep can lead to insulin resistance. So this is why, like girls, we've got to prioritize our sleep. And I know sometimes it's really hard, and we kind of have this hustle culture. We kind of have this like idea that whatever, that it's just okay. Like it's okay to have this season or whatever. Or we think that because we're having hormonal imbalances of any kind, perimenopause, menopause, etc., we maybe think, well, this is just normal. And so therefore it's normal. So then we don't have to worry about it. We kind of really need to fix it. So you need to prioritize fixing your sleep, and I'm going to tell you why. So lack of sleep can lead to insulin resistance, where the body's cells become even less sensitive to insulin. And insulin is the hormone that regulates blood sugar levels, and this can result in higher blood sugar levels over time. Okay. And so insulin resistance, if you know any of my content, you know that I believe that most women are sliding into their 40s. They're insulin resistant. They don't know it. And this is literally the key to the fact that they can't lose weight, or they're just gaining weight and it's really bugging them. So insulin is a fat storing hormone. Hormonal imbalance. Sleep deprivation can disrupt your balance of hormones even further, right? Like how frustrating the cycle, involved in glucose regulation, such as insulin, cortisol, stress hormone, and growth hormone. This imbalance can contribute to elevated blood sugar level and impaired glucose tolerance. Okay. The third thing is appetite regulation. Don't we think about that though? I mean, when you don't get sleep the night before, like maybe the next day, you're super craving carbs, you're super craving because your body needs that energy. So what it's saying is that lack of sleep can disrupt. This is all about hormones, you guys. It can disrupt. It's Friday. I still have vocabulary. the hormones that regulate appetite, such as leptin and ghrelin. Did you know that? Isn't that interesting? So it's all hormonally based: cortisol, insulin, leptin, ghrelin, leading to increased hunger and cravings for high carbohydrate, sugary foods. Consuming these foods can cause blood sugar levels to spike. This is why you're so hungry the next day after you have a bad night's sleep. Isn't that? And it's like carbs, 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 right? I would love to know who has that. Okay, thank you, Carrie. I would love to know who has experienced that. I have totally experienced that. Yeah, no sugar. That is correct. Thank you, Carrie. He's letting me know. Sherry, happy Friday. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hello from Minnesota. Woohoo! I love it when I have Minnesota people show up. That's fantastic. Yay. That's where I am. Okay. And then the last one on this one is impaired glucose metabolism. So chronic sleep deprivation, like if this is just going on and on and on for you, or poor sleep quality over time, can lead to long-term changes in your glucose metabolism, increasing the risk of insulin resistance, prediabetes, and type 2 diabetes. Overall, getting adequate sleep is essential for maintaining optimal blood sugar levels and overall health. Establishing healthy sleep habits, such as maintaining a consistent sleep schedule, creating a relaxing bedtime routine. I've worked with a girl on that, or talked to her about it. She did the work, but she was having a hard time with that. And it's like, establishing these healthy sleep habits, such as creating that relaxing bedtime routine. I'm not always the best at it for myself, but I do sleep well. But I'll tell you why in just a second. And creating can support better sleep quality and improve blood sugar regulation. And that's really the ultimate conversation that we're having tonight. So the reason why when you fix your insulin resistance, your sleep gets better is because you're stabilizing your blood sugar levels, and insulin is a hormone, and this is all hormonally related. You're balancing your hormones. And again, cortisol, insulin, leptin, ghrelin, right? I don't think it's ghrelin. Does anybody know? I think it's ghrelin. Somebody tell me in the comments. Is it ghrelin or ghrelin? Grelin. I wonder how you pronounce that. By fixing your insulin resistance, you're reducing your inflammation. That is a big piece of the puzzle. And because low-grade inflammation, it's causing sleep disturbances. So when your insulin is high, your inflammation is high. And you have high insulin because when you're insulin resistant, your cell says no more. So your body releases insulin when you eat food so that it can take the energy from the food, the glucose, and put it into your cell. And when it can't do that anymore, your pancreas, which is amazingly, wonderfully made, says, I'm going to do my job and I'm going to create more insulin, more insulin, more insulin. We have to do a better job. So it keeps creating more and more and more because it's not getting it into the cell. So it thinks it needs to, right? So what happens then is all that extra glucose from the food goes to fat because insulin's going to do something with it. It's going to store it as fat. This is why this is so frustrating. And if this is you and you think you're insulin resistant, or it has affected your weight, like you've gained weight, or you just can't lose weight like you used to lose weight. So you used to be able to count points and get results. You used to be able to live in a calorie deficit and get results. You used to be able to work out a certain way and get results. And now it's not anymore. And sometimes the workouts that we were doing in our 30s is just causing more high cortisol now in our 40s. And then you just can't lose that weight. And then you're in your 50s like me, and you're like, I'm just going to give up. Like you're just so frustrated, right? So that's kind of what that cycle looks like. So reducing inflammation and then managing your weight. So insulin resistance is often associated with obesity or excess weight. Not always, but most of the time. There are some people that are insulin resistant and they're thin. It's just that the common higher percentage is weight gain, which can increase the risk of sleep apnea and other sleep-related disorders. By addressing insulin resistance and promoting weight loss through lifestyle changes, individuals may experience improvements in sleep apnea symptoms and overall sleep quality. So that is kind of how that goes. So when I talk to people about helping their insulin resistance, that was me in my 40s when my mom wouldn't leave me alone about my sugars because my dad had died of type 2 diabetes when he was 63 and I was only 30 at the time. And I know that I'm a very intelligent person. Like I'm I don't mean that like I have a high IQ. I have no idea what my IQ is. I just mean like I'm not stupid. But I didn't make this connection, you guys. I didn't think to myself, I should really do something about my own insulin resistance when my dad died. Like I just thought things were genetic and that whatever it was going to be is whatever it was going to be. I didn't have any knowledge. I wasn't curious enough to study anything or pay attention to anything. So by the time I'm in my 40s and my mom is bugging me about my sugars, I'm not ready to change out my foods. I'm Italian. And so that's a big piece of my story. Um, that's just how that goes. Anna's asking me how the new magnesium is working out for me. Actually, I really, really like it, Anna. I would have to grab it. Maybe I'll do that in my stories tonight or something. I can tell you about it. So magnesium glycinate, this is a tip for everybody. I bought mine off of Thrive Market. But magnesium, wow, it's just like fireworks went off on my Instagram. Whoa, that was so fun. Okay, squirrel. So magnesium glycinate is a very absorbable form of magnesium. And every single female, I don't think it would be contrary to anybody's life. I mean, I suppose if you do have medical issues, you should always check with your doctor before you're doing stuff, right? We want to make sure we're doing that. But in general, I have to give general information. Magnesium glycinate is one of the most absorbable magnesiums. And it gets into your system really well. Not all magnesiums do. And it does a fantastic job of bringing you some calm and bringing down your anxiety levels. So when you're looking to sleep better at night, taking a magnesium glycinate before bed is a very, very good idea. I tried one that was off of Amazon and was it Amazon? Nope. It was off of TikTok Shop, actually. I just didn't like it. I always am looking for blends. So the reason why is because when I'm talking about supplementation that's targeted for insulin resistance, and I'm working with different blends to help with sugar balance, to help with metabolism, to work with like that visceral belly fat, etc. Those blends make all the difference in the world. That's why grabbing ingredients here and there and everywhere from a mart or a drugstore and trying to piecemeal or patch a quilt, like so to speak, it's not always the best way because it takes ratios in order to get really good blends. So I'm actually working with a blend right now that I grabbed off of Thrive Market, and I actually really like it. I can tell a difference. And so anyway, magnesium glycinate, that's the first tip that I would give you for your sleep, because I feel like that can be very, very helpful. And it takes time in order for your body to kind of get used to being able to calm down at night. And then with my girlfriend, we talked about like literally having a very comfortable, like she set up a place in her bedroom that has the things that she really likes, and there are all of those obvious things like, you charge your phone outside of your room. Some people turn off their Wi-Fi. I haven't gotten to that point yet, but I really should. I need to talk to my husband about that because I recently heard somebody say that they turned off their Wi-Fi and within 2 weeks, they were not waking up in the middle of the night. What does that tell us? Isn't that interesting? So something like that could be disrupting our sleep as well. And then also too, if anybody wants to, you can always reach out to me. Excuse me. I have a sleep gummy that's melatonin. And then I have stinky herbs that I like to take for myself. And they are stinky, but they work. I can't do melatonin because it makes me drunk. But if you need something really good, I do have a couple of good recommendations on that. I'm going to read now the testimonies from this week. I decided to do this on Fridays because I want people to have hope and encouragement. Like, I feel like there's a lot of misinformation out there when it comes to the fact that people don't even know what insulin resistance is, or if they've heard it, they don't really know what it's doing to their bodies or where is this going. And so there are so many connections. Insulin resistance is connected to PCOS, infertility, gout, fatty liver. Like this is all kind of this one world, right? And so when you can begin to bring down your insulin and bring down your sugars, you can finally lose weight, which is usually the number one reason why people are even interested in fixing their insulin resistance. That might have been me. I'm just saying that might have been me, but I didn't actually understand that connection at the time. I just knew that I needed to not be in my 50s and adding fat patches to my body, like since my cycle had stopped. So I was like, oh dear God, this gets worse. Like I was like, oh, so this is how my journey all started, but it's all working now. It's all working. So, all right. So these are the three. I have 3 testimonies about the trio, which are 3 supplements that have 3 ingredients that help with insulin resistance. So I guess everything is in threes tonight. And this is just really fun. Number one, I do have a Facebook group. It's called Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. If you want to get in there, you can go to my website, kirstenliebelt.com, and there's a Facebook blue button, and you can get into the website that way. And every month I do a 5-day challenge, and I go through, like, she was asking for like sugar-free food ideas. That is a great place to find that. On my website, you can also find 2 recipes. I only have 2 on there right now, but but they're really good. So quality, people, over quantity. Quality. One is the sugar-free chocolate pudding, and the other one is the egg white bread, the Maria Emmerich one. And I think I'm going to make that tomorrow, actually. And I'm going to add orange extract to it. I love it when I make it the orange bread. So it's grain-free. That's why I'm telling you that. So anyway, so the Facebook group is filled with a lot of good recipes, challenge, encouragement. There's like over a couple thousand people in there. And so one last thing before I read these, there is an interview that I did last night, and it's pinned to the top of my Facebook pages and my Instagram. No, it's not. It's not on my Instagram. I'm sorry. I haven't figured out how to get it up on Instagram yet. You're making the pudding tomorrow, Anna. That's great. I know. I should add that to my list of things to do. On Instagram, you'd have to jump over to my Facebook, my personal Kirsten Liebelt, or get into my Facebook group. 25 pounds she lost over the holidays. I'm just saying, it's such a great interview. So these are the 3 for this week. Okay. And then I'll let you go. And if you have any questions, let me know. So this was on the 10th of February. So just last Friday, I think. I asked how she was feeling, and she said she's feeling great. I lost 7 pounds since January 1st. Her joint pain is gone. Brain fog is gone. Insomnia is gone. See, it's that sleep connection, people. Cravings are down. Inflammation is down. Increased energy has motivated me to get into more movement. The trio supplements, along with a diet lower on the glycemic scale, has made a world of difference for me. Thank you for your help. I feel like a functioning person again. That is such a great testimony. It makes me so happy. Okay, number 2. Asked how she was doing. She said, doing great, more energy and feeling a little lighter. She's down 10.5 pounds. I think that was a month, 1 month. It might have been less, but I'd rather go more than less. So 10.5 pounds. And then the last one, this one just came to me this morning. Okay. I can't believe it. I got on the scale this morning and I am down 14 pounds since January 1st. 14 pounds. I still have a long way to go, but that's incredible. Thank you so much for all your help and support. And so the connection, the takeaway for this, you guys, is that when you can get your insulin down and your sugars down, you can actually lose weight. Your body will not, your insulin hormone is going to continue to store fat until you get it to like simmer down. And that is the connection to so many women, and they don't know it because they don't know, just like I did not know that insulin is a hormone. I didn't know anything, but you can actually make these changes. And I always tell people, you do not have to give up the food that you love. You change out the ingredients to the foods that you love. This is how we do this. We don't eat stuff that we hate. That's not what we're doing. And what I love is going to be different than what you love, but there's going to be an alternative way for you to make what you love. And we can do this together. So if you need anything at all, let me know. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, you can put Trio in the comments and I will respond to you and get you that information. On Instagram, sorry, when you guys are live, all of your comments go away when I am done. So you would have to wait till the video is posted or jump into my DMs. either way. But I hope that if anybody needs to get into the group, you know what? It's a weekend. What a great time to get yourself encouraged, to watch some good videos in there, to get yourself like resourced. Open up your toolbox and let's get some tools in your toolbox so that you can have a completely different end of the month of February. The new challenge starts March 4th, Monday. It's free. It's 5 days. I go live, excuse me, 5 days in a row. We do ingredient trade outs, targeted supplementation. I even take you into my pantry and my fridge, and then we end with a recipe. So it's a good time had by all. Everybody has a good time, guaranteed. No, I can't guarantee anything. But anyway, you guys have a super blessed night. It's always so fun to jump on and chat with you. And if you ever need anything, my DMs are open, and I can't wait to serve you at another level. And you have a really good night, okay? Happy Friday. Enjoy your weekend, okay? See you later. See ya, Facebook and let's see, Facebook and YouTube. Have a great night.